Hey, good afternoon. My name is LaFrae Sci. I'm really grateful to be here today. I want to start off by saying a special thanks to SummerStage, Danny G, and especially Disney for their ongoing support of SummerStage streaming studio programming. This is SummerStage Cribs Edition. I am home. I do hope that all of you are doing well in these continuingly challenging times. I have my practice kit here. As you know, I am a professional musician. I'm a drummer and a composer. And I want to talk about sounds and rhythms. And I know that you're out there. I can feel your energy even if I can't see you. So we're going to do some exploration. I first want to talk about myself. I think about sound and identity, and actually I am the co-executive director of the Willie Mae Rock Camp, and I'm ushering in a new programming called Willie Mae Future Sounds, and it is an Afrofuturist envisioning from the blues and beyond, standing on the shoulders of Big Mama Thornton. And we deal with sound and intention and social justice and identity. And so that relates to the fact that when I think of sounds that make up my identity, the first sound that I can think of is my mother's heartbeat when I was in utero. And so I know that you're all participating with me. We know that the heartbeat says doom 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 doom. Let me hear you. Doom 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 do 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 doom 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 do 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 doom 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 do do. Now this is my theory. The blues is connected to the heartbeat. That's called the shuffle. It's the rhythm of the blues, and I think that's why, as a music, even though it originated in the experience, the horrible experience and reaction of the African American in this culture, the blues is popular all around the world. And I think it's that rhythm, doom, 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 and the intention, the feeling, the emotion. So when I think of my parents, the first sound that represents my mother is the heartbeat. The second sound that represents my mother, believe it or not, is Let Us Go Into the House of the Lord by the Edwin Hawkins Singers. And I'll tell you that I was not really into church music, although my grandmother played for Mount Pisgah AME Church, organ. However, one day I was going through my parents' records, and I found this record, and I loved it. And I borrowed it without asking and took it to my room and started rocking it. I was probably about 12. And my mother came in the room and said, first of all, why were you going through my records? You borrowed it without asking. And I listened to that record almost every day when I was pregnant with you. I was born 1969. Oh, happy day. Went big, crossed over, gospel crossover hit. So sounds and identity, they find us, we find them. Now, when I think of my dad, there's a lot of sounds that I think of, but my father always put a lot of change in his pockets and his keys. Like he has like this huge bump in the front of his body, and when he walks, you hear the jingling. So that's two sounds. Let Us Go Into the House of the Lord, three sounds. The heartbeat and the jingling of the keys that really kind of make up my identity. Now, we wonder, how does this relate to drumming? I'm going to get there. First of all, it has to do with my groove. Now, what is a groove, you ask? Well, quite simply, a groove makes you move. Let me hear y'all say that. A groove makes you move, quite simply. Now, there's a lot of ways to move. You can dance. When you feel it, you get that thing, they call it the pocket. You want to move to it. The other way that you can be moved is spiritually. Again, sound, intention, identity, groove, movement. A groove makes you move. Movement creates community, unity, and change. So whether you play drums or not, you're a drummer. Because groove is in personal relationships. Groove is in the way that we carry ourselves through the world, our comportment, as my mother would say, as my mother would correct mine. Now, let's talk about some grooves. The first one we did was the shuffle. Do, 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 do. And I like the solar plexus because it kind of just, you feel it when you hit on your solar plexus. Now, there's another groove, and it reminds me of a funny interaction I had when I was in Tasmania. And I was hanging out with this young man, and I said, "What kind of music do you like?" He said, "I like everything but doof doof." And I said, "Well, what is doof doof?" And he said, "Doof, doof, 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 doof." But that is a groove that I call the Motherbeat. It is called 4 on the floor. It's like, and the reason why it's called 4 on the floor, here's my practice drum set. That bass drum down there that I play with my foot, it's doof, 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 doof. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm only counting to show you. Believe me, I don't count when I play drums. I feel. But that's the 4, and it's on the floor, quite literally, okay? So I'm going to bring out my favorite, the pocket operator. And let's see. Hopefully you can hear that. Here's a 4 on the floor. Doof, 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 doof. Now, when a groove is nice and steady, you can put anything on top of it. The feeling, the message, a story, your story. Nobody has your story. I always teach my young students and everyone that your voice is unique and it matters, and to always let your light shine and express that voice. So 4 on the floor is a real simple way to just get it going. Doof, doof, doof. Everybody feels that all around the world. As soon as you start doing 4 on the floor, people just start finding the zone, you know, the 4 on the floor. So there's another rhythm that, well, it involves a conversation. So if I say, "Marco," I heard you. "Marco, Polo, Marco, Polo." That's called call and response. Call and response. So this relates to drumming, because now you've got the 4 on the floor, but if you have 2 voices that alternate each other in a Marco Polo kind of way, suddenly you've created another groove. I'm going to show you. I'm going to have to get up. Hold on. Okay. Now, if I'm going to get up, y'all got to get up. All right, so we're going to count just to mark it, not because we're being brainiac with the music. So put your left foot in front of your right foot, okay? Now, on 1, I want you to lean forward and say 1. 1. So you got all your weight on your front foot. Now, on 2, you're going to go back. 2. And then 3, come up. 3. And then 4, come on back. 4. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Can't hear you. 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, check this out. What numbers was I forward? What numbers? I heard my mom. She said 1 and 3. That's right. 1 and 3, you were forward. Now, when were you back? Beats 2 and 4. Beats 2 and 4. And in drumming, beats 2 and 4 are called the backbeat. Okay? The backbeat. Literally, when you were just stepping back. The backbeat. Now, the thing is that while you were going from 1 to 2, 3, 4, What was your body doing? It was rocking. That's right. Rock. The blues is the roots and everything else is the fruits. We move up through the 2 and 4. Got your jazz, now we got the rock. The rhythm. Ka, do, ka. Again, 2 voices. And then if you want to get fancy with it, you can syncopate. See, that's what's up. Now here's the thing that's pretty interesting. I really had the honor of having the opportunity to work and teach and perform in 38 countries. And I can say pretty safely that the 2 and 4 accent is a uniquely North American phenomenon, rhythmically. And so when I travel to other countries and I play like jazz, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 1, 2, 3. A lot of people don't feel 2 and 4 the way that we do. And so their music has a different swing. Is it wrong? No, I don't think so. Some people might say it is. But there's different kinds of swing. There's different kinds of people. There's different kinds of grooves. Everyone's got their own groove. So again, you have sounds, identity, groove, intention, and then you find your flow. Now, do I really have to explain flow? And whether you're a musician or not, you know flow. Because have you ever had a morning where you run out of coffee, you're running a little late, you woke up late, the shirt you want to wear is wrinkled and you don't have time to iron it, and then as you're going out the door, you stub your toe, and then you get to the train, right to the bottom of the platform, the bottom of the stairs on the platform, and the train is moving. It's for New Yorkers. The train's gone. You're not in the flow. You know, the flow is that moment when you get down to the bottom of the platform and the train is just pulling in. You wake up right on time. You enjoy your coffee. You don't stub your toe. Flow is this way of living, moving through the world, and it's actually taking a path without a lot of resistance. Do I say not fight? No, there's times we gotta push. You gotta push through things sometimes. But sometimes the flow is the way to go. And I really did just make that up. So you have intention, sound, flow, action, taking action. This is what drummers do. This is what we do in life. There is no difference. Anybody who says to me, oh, I don't play music, we're all drummers. We're all musicians. We're all vocalists. We're all dancers to a greater or lesser extent. And so taking action is something that empowers us as individuals in our daily lives. Taking action as a drummer helps lay the groove down. And then you couple action with repetition and intention, and then you have the flow. The flow. Oftentimes when I play drums, I'm not thinking about the stick going down. I'm kind of in the feeling of the stick coming up. I'm going to show you. I'm going to play my, this is my practice kit. This is my Don't Get Evicted out at home drum set, so it makes very little sound. But you should be able to hear a little bit. Hold on. just flow, just flow. Playing what I'm feeling, being in the flow. Now, if somebody hired me to play in their band, I got to find a way to flow with their song. But that was my moment, my song, my flow. So now we're going to move on. Let me check the time. Oh, yeah, we've only just begun. We're going to move on, and I'm going to show some rhythms. I love this. Let's see. I love this thing, the pocket operator. It always feels like I'm doing a commercial, but I just really love this thing. First of all, it's so portable. It's totally accessible. So when I work with young people dealing with bridging the digital divide, this is something that really works out. This is a sampler and a drum machine and then some. And so I'm going to, let's see. All right, I'm going to sample a sound. Hold on. I'm going to sample this sound. The keys, like my dad's keys. Although my dad has like 17 keys on a ring. It sounds like it. I don't know how many. Okay. Let's see. There we go. Some keys. All right. Let's see what's here. All right. All right. Now let's find another sound. My mom, she tends to. I don't have a heartbeat. Maybe I'll just. My mom will say, "Hey." So let me just do that. Hey. All right. Let's see. Woo. 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 Of my voice. So I got my mom's woo and my dad's keys. Okay, now I'm going to combine these elements with some rhythms, and let's see what happens. Pattern. Here we go. That's my mom's woo, and the keys are in there too. All right, so there we go. We got some flow, little rhythm. I took the sounds of my identity and just created that on the fly. That's why I love the pocket operator, and it fits in my pocket. So now we're really going to have some fun because I'm going to teach you a rhythm. First, you have to sing it. You got to play it before you say it. So it is doon doon ga doon doon ga doon doon. Let me hear you guys say that. Doon doon ga. Doon doon ga doon doon ga doon doon. I'm going kind of fast, but hang in there. You'll get this. Doon doon ga doon doon ga doon doon. Doon doon ga doon doon ga doon doon. Doon doon ga doon doon ga doon doon. All right? So, here we go. And if you're watching this workshop and you learn this rhythm and you run into me on the street, please introduce yourself by playing this rhythm. Nothing would thrill me more. So doom doom is here. Doom doom. Let me hear you guys do that. Let me see you guys do that. doon, doon. One more time. Doon, doon. All right, now, the ga is a snap. Doon, doon, ga. One more time. Doon, doon, ga. Doon, doon, ga. All right, hang with me. Doon, doon, ga, doon, doon, ga, doon, doon. All right, so doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Now, check it out. Snap, and the snap hangs out there. Clap, bring the hand out, and you got this going in between the chest, the solar plexus, all right? So it's doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. One more time. Doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. So the snap, clap, boom repeats twice in the pattern. One more time. Boom, boom, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom, 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 snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Come on, you got it. Boom, boom, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Okay? Now, I'm going to speed it up. Maybe I'll put it in the chat, or you guys can go back and refer to this video later if you haven't picked it up. I've actually taught whole workshops where this has been the fare. So it's cool if you didn't pick it up yet, but I'm going to pick it up. Hopefully you can hear it. So it's like, doon, doon, got it, doon, got it, doon, 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 got it, doon, got it, doon, doon, got it, doon, got it, doon, doon, got it, doon, got it. Now, we're going to put some music with that. Let me check my BPM. I'm going to lower it. Ooh, no. We're going to put it about 103. I've been feeling 103 lately. Not sure why. Just got to honor it. Hold on. Here we go. All right, there's a groove. All right. Ready? And doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Now. Doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. Doon, doon, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom. All right, we're gonna speed it up. Yeah. So it's, you just really feel it. Just really feel it. And I was wrong. We're not speeding it up. We're just adding it, more of them. We're cramming more in. The tempo is staying the same. The groove. 1, 2, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. And this reminds me of a tambourine. Like a church lady in tambourine. My hands are sweaty. Let's try it again. Boom, boom, snap, clap, boom, snap, clap, boom, boom, All right, I'm getting hyped now. You know what? I'm gonna play a little more because I like this pocket operator. Let's speed it up. Uh-oh. Here's the keys. All right, here we go. Oh, this is a soul clap moment. Let me see. Hold on. Soul clap, here we go. Come on, y'all. Push that energy. That's my mom's voice. Here comes the keys. That's my dad. By the way, hi, Mom and Dad. Love you. I could do this all day. I love creating these building blocks from sound and intention, and then improvising, which is composition sped up, and composition is improvisation slowed down. So, should end on a big note. Here we go, we're gonna rock it. Thank you. Awesome. So let's see. I think I was told that there would be some questions in the chat. Hold on, let me get my chair. My chair. Welcome to SummerStage Cribs Edition. Working it out at home. Okay. Any questions? Throw them in the chat. Oh, there's a delay in the stream waiting for questions. Right. What is it, like 10 seconds, 20 seconds? Well, we should just go back to them. Because I love so deeply, because I love so long, God in his great compassion gave me the gift of song. Because I loved so vainly and sung with such faltering breath, the master in his infinite wisdom gave me the boon of death. Uh-oh, uh-oh. Okay, here we got a question. What kinds of instruments do you like to improvise with? Old favorites or new discoveries? Okay, good question. Okay, I like to improvise with everything. Probably one of my favorite things to do is conduct. This is my baton, but I often don't use a baton. So I love using conducted improvisation a la Butch Morris. Shout out to Burnt Sugar, Greg Tate, Jared. And it's a really great way to play the orchestra and create sounds in the moment based upon hand signals and a language that you develop working over time. I think standing in front of a large group playing music that I'm either that I'm using conducted improvisation improvising with or that I wrote is one of the biggest pleasures of my life. But I play drums, I have a piano, I have a ton of percussion. I do analog and modular synthesizers as well. The whole streaming thing has really picked up with the pandemic. So my electronic name is LaFrae, daughter of Drexcia, because I went to Drexcia shows. And I'm very influenced by the Drexian myth, and I love the story and their, the way that they were of service with their music to their community, while also historically creating what was soon to be called techno, and techno's black. Okay. What, let's see. How old were you when you received your first drum kit? This is a funny story. Well, maybe not funny. Ha funny. I think I was 4. And what's funny is my mom says she doesn't remember this, which means it's true. I was 4, and I got a kids kit that had plastic drum heads, but I was really about it, so I put holes in the drum kit, and because the drum heads, the tops, the heads weren't strong, so I beat holes and dents and then holes right through. And then I remember when I finished breaking through the drum set, I played the box with the sticks, and I remember my mom was like, "Oh, you're not getting another drum kit because you tore that up." But she says she doesn't remember that, but I really do remember that. How do you help inspire girls to drum and break down any barriers they may encounter? Okay, I'll tell you a story. Part of the work that I've done as a cultural ambassador for the State Department took me to work with the Garifuna, the Afro-Guatemalans, and on an island just below Guatemala. And it wasn't forbidden for girls to play drums, but girls didn't play drums, they danced. And the boys danced and drummed. And so I went there and I went there on 3 successive occasions and did 3 different projects and collaborated and had a chance to spend time with the young people at several workshops. And I didn't say girls should play drums, I just played drums. And representation is inspiration, because now a bunch of girls are playing drums. And I never had to say, girls play drums. I just played drums and they were like, oh. And that's what happened to me, because, you know, Real Talk, Glamorous Life by Sheila E. dropped when I was in 9th grade. And we were like, what? We were like 13, all about it. So that's what we do. What are you working on when you aren't composing? I'm really loving working with different modules. So modular synthesis is a whole thing, but you have these little building blocks that either change sound, push sound tempo-wise, or add effects to sound. And then you use patch chords. Let me see, I got a patch chord right here. You use patch chords and connect them together, and the signal flow creates sounds. And what I really love about electronic music, and as particularly working with modular synthesizers, I read this and it's really true. A friend of mine, Alyssa Rubeas, sent me this. It says that actually there's so much freedom in electronic music with synthesizers, the modular synthesizers, because it subjugates like hundreds of years of like European influence, sound, and theory of what is correct. And so it's this whole other outside of the box zone of creating. So I'm really digging that right now. how have you been dealing with the pandemic? Do you have any projects going on right now? Well, I've been staying my behind in the house. I've been wearing a mask when I go out. I only tend to go out for food because my job keeps me working from home. And I'm really grateful that my family is healthy, and I've been staying healthy as well. And so, but one of the things that I've done during the pandemic is I've started a very intensive gratitude practice, and I have a gratitude journal, and I write in it between tasks since I'm home all day. And that's really been an interesting experience for me, just trying to stay, you know, I've been thinking about keeping my frequency like high and curating my vibe. So, Facebook, do you or your mom remember when you started getting to synthesizers? This is, or what was scary or exciting about getting into electronic music, starting off playing drums? Well, I got into synthesizers like a long time ago. I mean, no, recent, like not like in the last few years. So I lived with my mom a long time ago. So my brother was into synthesizers and synthesis and modular. And I think the repetitiveness of the music drove my mom crazy. But he's really tremendous, his style. Was it scary or exciting getting into electronic music after starting off playing drums? Well, first of all, I didn't start off playing drums. I started off playing piano. But was it scary? No, the only thing scary about synthesizers is sometimes it can be really it's very expensive. But other than that, it's just a whole adventure in a world. And I love the exploration and the experimentation. Are there any artists that you'd like to perform with? Man. I don't know, like, to be honest, if there was a really great artist out there that wanted to play with me, I would be open to it. Probably one of my favorite things to do that I started doing in the last few years is performing with young people that I've been working with and rehearsing them and creating arrangements and then creating concerts. And I have a group of young people that I've coached for 7, going on 8 years in Krasnoyarsk, Siberia. I have an orchestra there, and it's been really great because we've been playing festivals. It's so great to take these young people to these festivals that have like 10,000 people, and they're just like, and it's just been a beautiful experience being a part of that. I love it. What's my favorite synth? Ooh, right now? Wow. Well, I think right now I'm loving my pocket operator. But there's a synth. Actually, there's this. It's called Endorphins. It's an FX unit, and it just makes this beautiful space age sound to any signal that I put through it, any oscillator or drum. So I'm just kind of loving the ethereal ambient vibe. Okay, what's your favorite synth? Love seeing you, Burnt Sugar Orchestra Chamber. Oh, I love Burnt Sugar. Burnt Sugar, baby. Burnt Sugar, if you don't know, under the direction of Greg Tate and Jared Nickerson on the bass. Such a pleasure. I've played with Burnt Sugar for a while. And we're the band that never plays the same thing once. Who makes the pocket operator? Teenage Engineering. And yeah, good question. Cool. Well, unless anybody has any other questions, that's all we have for now. Okay, great. Well, I want to say thank you again to Central Park SummerStage Cribs Edition. It's not what it's called. That's what I called it, just so you know. But in all seriousness, thank you, Danny G, for thinking of me for this beautiful opportunity. Thank you, SummerStage, for supporting me. Thank you, Disney, for supporting SummerStage. Thank you, Mom and Dad, for supporting me so that I could support Disney, SummerStage, and Danny G. And if your favorite borough had a drum beat, what would it sound like? Okay, you know what? Actually, my favorite borough is Brooklyn, and I don't believe that when I think of Brooklyn, I don't think of a drum beat, I think of a sound, and I actually have an app of the sound here. Flatbush, represent. So, anyway, my name is LaFrae Sci, and I'm at IG, Frey Drum, and I hope that you had a nice time hanging out, and stay lifted, stay focused, keep your vibe high, and thank you.